Hello everybody and thanks for clicking on the video. I'm going to assume the main reason why you clicked on the video is either because you're about to travel to Brazil or you just want to know more about the beautiful country. My wife and I, we just spent 3 weeks over there. We traveled all throughout southern Brazil. I had such an amazing time. She is originally from there, but she also has never visited the little towns and cities that we've been to as well. The main reason why I'm creating this video is because I like to share what I thought was either interesting or just good information to know before coming to this amazing country. So the number one tip I like to share with everybody before you come to Brazil, most of the cars are pretty small. So when you're on Expedia about to book a car, don't book the extra coverage, and also just be mindful that most of them are manual. So if you don't know how to drive a manual, you might want to upgrade to an automatic. And the main reason why you see that we upgraded to SUVs is because we had a lot of luggage. We were also driving through a lot of towns that had mountains and a lot of S curves, and that really just helped us. Having an automatic car was big. It was easy to drive. Tip number 3, pack a lightweight scale and use a lock for your luggage. Just make sure that lock is TSA approved, so it's good traveling outside of the country, knowing that your luggage is safe and secure. As in for that luggage scale, that really came in handy, saved us money, and it saved us a headache when we went to go weigh in at check-in. Tip number 4, watch out for these speed cameras. They are literally scattered throughout Brazil, towns, cities, everywhere. And I think it's because the cops are limited there. Unlike United States, you drive on the highway, you're speeding, there's going to be a speed trap somewhere. They always get you. They pull you over, give you a ticket. It's not cool, not fun. But what I did notice in Brazil, they had checkpoints there. They didn't pull my wife over, but I did notice that they would pull over random people, suspected people. Maybe they were looking for somebody in particular, but we had no issues with the cops or anything with the law enforcement while we were there visiting. The police and ambulances will always drive with their emergency lights on. I'm not too sure why, but it's the opposite in America. But when there's an emergency there, they will turn on your sirens. But what I did notice is nobody would pull over to the right-hand side to let them go through. The police and ambulance would just pretty much just weave in and out of traffic like crazy. Tip number 5 is to watch out for cyclists and mopeds, motorcycle people. They are weaving in and out of traffic. So always use your blinker and be aware of all those people there, because there's a ton of mopeds and cyclists and people on motorcycles. It's cheaper on gas there for them. So I totally understand that. So just be careful and be aware of that when you're driving on the highway, cities and in little towns. Tip number 6 is when you're driving on the highway or just in a car in general, just make sure your headlights are on. I guess it's a law there in Brazil that you have to have your lights on all the time when you're driving on certain roads or highways. When I would get in the car, I would automatically just put the headlights on auto so I wouldn't forget, because I don't really do it in the United States. But my wife was telling me that they will pull you over if your headlights aren't on, and they will give you a ticket, no questions asked. I think it's just because of safety. They require people to put their headlights on. So don't forget about that one. Tip number 7 is going to reflect more in parking, and then parking in bigger cities such as Florianopolis. My wife and I would park outside the hotel at times because we would forget something in the hotel room. We didn't want to deal with valet parking. More than likely, if you park on the outside where there's paid parking, you're going to have an individual come up to you. They're gonna ask you if they can watch your car for you. They're just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and protect your car for you. Just say yes or sim. That means yes, but they're gonna understand yes, of course. Don't say no or tell them to go away with their hand, kind of like, hey, go away with your hand, brush them away. Because more than likely, they're gonna go ahead and vandalize your car by scraping the side, scratching it, letting air your tires, and nobody's gonna ever prove that. But what my wife and I did, we said yes, we would come back out, give them a couple of rehighs, super happy, super thankful. Sometimes they'll give you high five, they want to hug you or something like that. Super nice people, but just be aware of that when you're parking inside the city. Tip number 8 is to watch out for the speed bumps there and the roundabouts. They're going to be more likely in smaller towns, but those speed bumps are everywhere, and it's just to make people slow down because there's no cops. And those roundabouts is because they want to cut costs, probably on traffic lights. But just be aware of the speed bumps and the traffic circles there. Tip number 9 is I highly recommend anybody doing, especially if you're going to travel outside the United States and internationally, is make a photocopy of your passport. You just never know what could happen to your original passport. So as long as you have a paper copy, you should be good if you go to the embassy or if you have any problems with your lost passport. Last tip is make sure you book a COVID test before you come back to the United States way in advance. We had problems booking one because it was so busy. People didn't have enough room for us. Book that way in advance.
Vamos! Ai, ele pulou. Caralho, caralho. Não, eu morri por ele agora. Ai, o carro faz assim ainda. Eu tava morrendo por essa coisa. Meu Deus! Nossa, nem dá pra ver lá embaixo. Ó, essa parte deve ser legal. Essa parte deve ser mal.